Swept. They got swept by the Islanders this year. You know what is really ironic about the entire thing, though? The ironic part is all they had to do was not win, or, yeah, sorry, not win one game last year against them, and they could have avoided what ended up happening in the lottery. And then this year, they end up getting swept by them. Cool. Um, yeah, the Rangers get swept by the Islanders, get embarrassed the entire season. Let's go Islander chants throughout the entire garden during the night. Um, Shit show. It's just a shit show. I don't know what you want me to say that hasn't been said, but all I know is that when you're hearing that in the building, when you're seeing, I mean, it's Tommy Lugauer or whatever, but you're seeing him on WFAN saying, oh, yeah, this is an Islanders town. My hope just simply is, even if some of it's an exaggeration or whatever, my hope is that it pisses off Dolan, the fire jury. Will it happen? No, it won't. But this is what he's built. This is exactly what you're getting from him. So if it's pissing off Dolan, Chris Drury's responsible for this. Yeah, Chris Drury's the GM that oversaw the loudest "Let's Go Islander" chant at Madison Square Garden. It's never been like that in the building. Never. And you let it sound like UBS West out there tonight. And I'm saying you as in Chris Drury. You built such a bad product that it was MSG West out there. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Before I jump into everything else, I'll leave a like on your way into the live stream. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live here. I want to read this quote, though, because I didn't even read the JT Miller quote. Saw it sent in my group chat. But let's read this. Molly Walker tweeting it. Captain JT Miller on what more the Rangers can do to score. Oh, this is going to be great. So, wait. Before I even read it, we are 60 games into the season, right? About that. 55. Sorry, 55 games into the season. And we got to ask questions about what they could do to score more, because it's only been 55 games, only well over half the season. How could they score more? Let's see. Yeah, it's frustrating for sure. I mean, I think that at some point it's hard to come up with answers other than put the puck in the net more often. I think we all believe, if you do the same thing a lot more times than you don't, you're going to get the results. This year, pucks aren't finding the mark as much as we would like as a team, obviously. But like I said, I thought we played well enough to win the game today. It was one of those tight checking games. Seems to kind of always be like that against the Islanders. Just didn't get out on the right side of it. Thought both goalies played a good game today. It was just one of those games we'd like to see the puck go in a little bit more. Are you fucking high? Are you fucking high? My goodness. What a joke of a captain. You thought you did enough to deserve finding the back of the net more? Oh my goodness. You are out of your mind. But this is once again another captain that's following instead of leading. It's just that simple. This guy's such a fraud. Fakest tough guy I've ever freaking seen in my damn life. Whatever. They lost. I'm happy about that. Keep falling down the standings for all I care. Keep falling down the standings. I mean, just unbelievable, though. Unbelievable the way the building sounded tonight. That was the loudest the building was, and it wasn't even because of the Rangers, by the way. In your 100th season, That was the loudest the building was the entire season. And it was because of the road team. Meanwhile, the captain saying stuff about figuring out how we're going to find the back of the net 55 games into the season. I'll tell you how you can maybe do that. Generate some fucking offense. Oh, wait, but we don't have the talent to do it. I wonder why. Wonder why they don't have the talent to do it. Could it possibly be this general manager that has left this team dead in the fucking water with the roster construction? And now that Panarin's gone, I mean, it is more nights like this. More nights like this. Sit back and enjoy the show. Let me get to the chat though, and see what some of you guys are saying right now. But absolute garbage. Yeah, Carson Soucy scored tonight too. Forgot to even mention that. Carson Soucy scored tonight. Yesterday it was Palat. You have the entire team, Islanders team, just dunking on you in their press conferences after the game. You have Schaefer being like, yeah, our fans are louder. And when he got drafted, oh, we're going to beat the Rangers every time we play them. That has happened so far. You had the 3 penalties in one shift in the game last night. I mean, it is wild. Depressing is as much of an understatement as you could possibly get. At what point do we care of how much of a shit show it's been? Listen, I don't really care about the results on the ice right now. I'm still, and quite frankly, like I'm so at a point where I just am numb to everything and don't care. But I'm just so tired of this piss poor organization being ran the way it is. And I'm so tired of the fact that Chris Drury seems to have the best job security in out of any New York sports executive, it seems like, despite being the worst one out of all of them. There wasn't a fire Drury chant. Instead, it was just Islander fans taking over the building. JT is the worst captain in Rangers history. That's saying a lot considering the last captain was dog shit. He's worse than Trouba. He's absolutely worse than Trouba. Oh, you were at the game. I feel sorry for you. I feel awful. The games feel like chores to watch either way. And it sucks because I'm a fan at the end of the day. I'm gonna freaking watch all these games no matter what. It sucks. I don't go out of my way to be dialed in anymore, but I'll still put the games on. Yeah, and I'm also wondering if that letter was damage control to stop the fans from friggin' chanting at Drury, because now the casual fans that still go to the Garden. I'm not saying all fans that are casuals, but some of the fans are tricked into thinking, yeah, we're actually getting a retool right now, so give them time. When that should not be the case. Because like I've said for weeks now, whoever believes this retool shit is happening, you're living in fantasy land. Hey, I asked the same question to myself. The same question. Yeah, it's not even the losing, it's the incompetence. Because I hope they lose every single game. Um, it's really the pure incompetence. Easiest 4-game sweep of the year for the Islanders. Yeah, like I said last night, is there an easier team to play in the National than this Rangers squad? All right. Nonetheless, though, I do want to talk a little bit about the Panarin stuff, just because we got an update from Kevin Weeks today, who did his best John Heyman impersonation by basically linking Panarin to half the league, which is John Heyman behavior. But he put out a tweet linking them to Anaheim, which is weird because we heard LeBron say earlier that Anaheim is seemingly out. LA, San Jose, Vegas, Dallas, Utah, Colorado, Minnesota, Seattle, Toronto. Interesting. Carolina, Washington, Tampa, and then the Islanders, who they just lost to. Um, I don't remember who I said the favorite was last night. To me, my money as of right now is on LA. It just seems like LA is really the team we're hearing about the most, and it just feels like they're going to be the team to overpay, maybe give the best offer for Panarin. Plus, it seems like he would sign an extension out there. They have the cap space to do it. We will see where it ends up going, but that's just my prediction right now. I could see as well still, which it's very weird that Detroit wasn't listed here, because I think Detroit is still a team that could be a suitor. But as of right now, I would say LA is going to be the team that ends up making the trade. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's just my guess. It's interesting, though, some of these teams like Toronto, who they need to pack it up on the season, which I get that, if they're getting Panarin long term, it helps them for next season too. But I don't see what Toronto could even give up that's worth anything of value for the Rangers. Um, Washington's below the playoff line. They could catch up, I suppose, even though we just freaking help the Islanders here uh, get a good cushion in the standings. But Washington could be in the mix there, but it's weird to me. Seattle's another team where on the outside looking in, they're not far away, but it would just be interesting there. So I don't know. To me, it just feels like LA or San Jose, even though he wants to go to Florida, which they were not listed here. He wants to go to Florida, but I don't think Florida's happening. I just don't at all. Which it's weird because they have the cap space to make it work for next season since Bobrovsky's contract's up, but they just don't have the cap space to make it work for this season unless the Rangers take one of these contracts back, which the double retention really screws with everything there for Florida. I think that the only way to make it work is if, I mean, Lundell's on IR right now. You put him on LTIR. I don't know how close he is to returning, but Barkov even too, because they also changed the rules with LTIR, which is weird. So I don't know how it's gonna work in that regard. I can't see Florida happening. I really can't see Florida happening. They'd have to move on from one of those contracts that they're not gonna want to. The third team thing is not allowed anymore. That's the problem there. No more double retention, which I think is stupid, but I really don't get what the point of changing that rule was. While I agree with this, Florida always finds a way to get guys to fit in either way, no matter what. I am loving what Fitz is doing right now on Twitter. I'm sorry I'm getting distracted by this because he decided to dig through his replies the day of the JT Miller trade, and he's just retweeting everyone that was clowning him. Oh, it's beautiful to see how these people just had no idea. They had no idea. So I love going back and reading that stuff. But I am gonna bring in Matt. Yapping by myself here. Let me. Yeah. Um. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, another game, another night, more shit, more bullshit comments from this captain, and yeah, I mean, listen, another game for the tank, right? It is what it is at this point. Like I said, I just like you, I watch just to watch, no emotion. I just look analyze. Not that there's much to analyze because this team doesn't know how to play hockey correctly, but it is what it is.
Yeah. It's just fucking pathetic. It's just pathetic that I'm trying to find the comment before of like someone saying, "How is Dolan allowing this clown show to go on?" or whatever it was. I can't find the comment, but it's true. Like I don't understand how this clown show is allowed to be how it is.
Dolan loves clown shows, though. That's the way he gets. That's the way he gets it. He gets attention.
Yeah, Florida might not make the playoffs, but that's why they would want a Panarin to try and get into the playoffs. I mean, they're not that far. I mean, they're 8 points out, but they have a lot of games in hand on Boston, so they're not too far away. Obviously, they got to win those games in hand, but
Ray's comment. True or Miller, who wore it worse? So he's picking between Truber and Miller. That's like picking what STD I want. Do I want gonorrhea or do I want chlamydia? You ain't fucking winning either way. Don't. He did. No, well, actually, that's probably the opposite way. Drury does it to Dolan. That's the only way he stays in charge.
Oh, MSU wasn't quiet tonight. Um, it was quiet from Ranger fans, but it's pretty loud tonight from Islander fans. Drury's Rangers.
I got a feeling this Panarin trade's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know. Something just. I don't got no sources or anything, but there's a feeling. Because I don't think they're gonna do it on a game day.
Yeah, it could. I mean, the next game is
Saturday.
Pittsburgh Saturday, 3:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, you're not catching me watching that game. Um, I mean, only 2 games left until the Olympic break, which I'm going to enjoy every second of that. But yeah, it feels like it has to happen tomorrow or like early next week. Like I agree with you. I don't think it's gonna happen on a game day. You still think Detroit's gonna be the team that gets them?
I mean, it's the easiest deal to possibly make because you don't have to retain any salary. But I don't know. I mean, the rumors were Detroit's looking for a 2C and a right shot defenseman. Which, if they are looking for those two things, I know the perfect trade package is send them to Detroit. But I don't know. Like Detroit makes sense. Like I said, financially makes sense prospect wise. They have their first round pick this year, 2028, 2029. So they have the assets to make it happen. It's just again whether Panarin wants to go to Detroit. I mean, they have the Patty Kane connection, which we all know because he's friends with him, played in Chicago, played here. Like I said, but if he truly wants the extension, I just don't know if Detroit's gonna, want to give him, or not that they want to give him, but depending on how many years they want to give him, what type of salary they want to give him. Because I mean, their contract situations aren't terrible. Because Larkin's only making 8.7, Raymond's just over 8, and like you said before, they could move if they had to. You could move one of the Cop or Comfort contracts because after this year, Cops could only have one more year at 5.6, and then Comfort has 2 more years of this after this year at 5.1. So I think the Cop one would be a little bit easier to move just because there would be only 1 year left of term left. But I don't know. We'll see.
I guess Matt accidentally got booted out there or something. I don't know what happened there. But yeah, I mean, from the financial standpoint, like Matt's saying, Detroit definitely does make the most sense because no retention is needed. And then Detroit also needs to get back into the postseason because it's to a point where how much longer are they going to give Iserman until they can him because they're not getting into the playoffs? So like Detroit kind of has to get desperate potentially.
Because I know Weeks sent out that tweet but he basically just named every single team in the league because good player and teams are interested in very good player at the trade deadline. What a shocking report there by Kevin Weeks. But I mean, some of the teams even mentioned they're like they make no sense. I mean, like the Leafs. Like, okay, cool, I understand they're trying to win, but they just got rid of Mitch Marner last year because they couldn't get over the hump with that group with the core four. So you're gonna get rid of Mitch Marner, who's younger, but not better offensively, but a different type of offensive player, and he's a much better defensive player than Panarin as well. So that trade makes no sense. There's no shot he's going to Toronto, and Toronto's doesn't really have the greatest prospect system either, and they don't have their first round picks for this year or next year. So yeah, that deal's not happening.
Yeah, I don't even know what they would get. Like unless that's like a hockey trade sort of thing where the Rangers are getting a big piece back that we're not talking about from Toronto. Like that's the only way it would work. I mean, there's no way it's gonna happen. But if we're gonna play pretend here, I
If
mean,
you
if the
want
Leafs want to
to,
offer Matthew Nyes,
I was gonna say if you want to give me Matthew Nice, I'll gladly ship Panarin off to Toronto.
I mean, if there's no first round pick in it and they give Nyes and a prospect, I mean, maybe.
I'll take that because at least Nice is already a proven talent. And sure, like what's it called? Well, not that because the Rangers are gonna have their first round pick overall this year, but at least like if Nice is already established talent, you don't really have to worry about developing him because he's pretty much already developed into the player that he fully is. He could probably get a little bit better from what he is right now because he's still younger because he's only 23 years old, but you don't have to worry about the main development. I think that's already pretty much been done with him in Toronto.
Yeah, and Easton Cowan's not doing it for me as the headliner. He's not. Yeah, the only other thing that can make something work with Toronto, I wouldn't love it. But unless the Rangers eat one of those bad contracts they have on defense to help get Nyes in the deal, because Toronto fans want Morgan Riley out of there badly. I know that, I mean, this isn't that bad of a contract, but I mean, if you take Brandon Carlo on for that last year to free up some cap.
Listen. I was gonna say if the Leafs want Panarin and Schneider, and you give me Nyes and Carlo in return, 2-for-2 trade, I'll gladly accept that.
It's not a bad thought after you see your walrus in your backyard. It's not a bad idea. I mean, honestly, that's the only way I see Toronto getting it done, though, if they make that kind of trade. I mean, I don't know who else they'd really have to offer, because what is it going to be, like Michelli, Cowan, and a first? Like, that's not doing it for me. And
No.
It's nothing, like, I don't hate Cowan, I don't hate Michelli, but that's not doing it for me.
No, it's not enough in return. But I know we're speculating and throwing out ideas and having thoughts, but I just the Leafs are not trading Matthew Nyes. It's and especially for Panarin. Like I get that they're desperate, they want to win, but again, Panarin's not a playoff performer. The guy ghosts, and he's gonna have to rely as being pretty much the third. Yeah, pretty much the third option, because you would think that he would go ahead of Tavares in terms of overall being the guy, and he'd probably slot him behind Nylander and Matthews. And even then, Matthews has his own problems come playoff time. Nylander produces pretty well, and Tavares is already up there. So I just don't see it.
And you're basically running back the core four at that point, just with an older Mitch Marner. You could argue a better regular season player than Mitch Marner, but
and a worse defensive player than Mitch Marner, much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way, though. Like, if I'm Drury, I'd entertain anything from Toronto. Obviously, we know Drury standards are different than our standards for a return. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't see Toronto being the team. Just to quickly touch on some of the other teams here that are odd to me. Seattle. Shane Wright would obviously be in that deal. I still don't like the idea of the Rangers taking on Shane Wright. Listen, like, this is the thing. Shane Wright for a reclamation project for any other team in the league makes sense to me. It just does not make sense for the Rangers to be the team to take Shane Wright in as a reclamation project. That's just my opinion on that. And then I don't know what you would get from them. I mean, Jake O'Brien would be interesting. He's having a pretty solid year.
I would ask. I don't know if they're gonna do it. I'd ask for Berkeley, and they got 2 first-round picks. They have 2 first-round picks this year, and then 2 first-round picks next year. So they 2 of them are Tampa's, but that was from the Yanni Gourde trade last year. I'd ask for Berkeley Catton first. I don't know if they're going to give him up. He's a center. I like this stuff coming out of the draft. I like this highlights. I don't know if he'll ever be like that true number one overall 1C, but I think you could develop him into. Oh, I know the Rangers don't do much of developing, but I think if everything goes right, he could be a very good 2C caliber player.
Yeah, that would be an interesting piece if you could get him in return. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to
Jake
like,
O'Brien too, like you said that because we liked his video too from the draft last year.
yeah, O'Brien would be a pretty solid get. I mean, they don't really have much defensively. Dragovich is someone that I thought was okay when I watched his film going into the draft. He's not having the best year down in Coachella Valley, but it's a name on defense. I'm not too familiar with the rest of their defensive prospects outside of Fiddle Me This. Fiddle Me This is could be an interesting get also. I don't know. Seattle's just a weird fit for me because of the fact it's like they really want to give Panarin that kind of extension, and they're just kind of a tweener team that's not a Panarin away. But I guess when you have 4 first-round picks in the next 2 years, sure, like you could take risk there.
So you give me a first round pick, Catton and Ty Cartier. I'll take that trade for Panarin.
What'd you
Because
say?
I think Catton, a first round pick, and Ty Cartier. I like Cartier as a player. I think he could be a solid bottom 6 guy.
Yeah, that would be, and he's not on a bad contract. Yeah, that could be a good return. The problem is, or the question is, if they end up getting Tampa or Seattle's pick, because that's a very big difference. I mean, I would want a condition that the Rangers get whatever the better pick of those two are. Well, that's just me. If I was Tampa Bay, like we've said for a bit now, Bjorkstrand would have to go the other way in this deal for it to work. Outside of that, Connor Geeky, like I don't know, that's not exciting me.
I'm actually one because they only have 5. They have just above 5 million in cap space. I was thinking maybe if you retain half, they'd maybe be willing to move off a contract too. I don't know how willing they are to move off of Eli Tolvanen, considering they claimed him off waivers. But I mean,
Oh, it's
so
Seattle.
if you get Catton first round pick and Eli Tolvanen for Panarin and you retain half his salary because then after that they can extend them pretty much easily because you take off Tolvanen's a UFA after this year, Eberle's a UFA. They'll probably extend them because he's their captain, but probably be a lower cap hit, probably maybe around two and a half, $3 million. Schwartz is also a UFA, so and Alexiak's a UFA too. So long term, they're not really hampered much by money, but if I'm just saying, if you want to get that maybe extra better player instead of Cartier, eat half of Panarin's salary, which I don't think they'd have a problem either way because with most of the teams, if you're going to trade Panarin, you're going to eat half his salary anyway.
Yeah, and you might as well too. I mean, you have the retention slot, so you might as well just use it.
If Tolvanen had a good 51 games played, 10 goals, 20 assists, 30 points.
Yeah, I mean that would excite me if they were able to get him. Seattle has the assets. I don't know. It's a weird fit for me. Them making that trade, like that's really more the thing with them. Yeah, I agree with you, Dr. Sex. Like I don't think that Panarin would want to sign long term in Seattle either way. Uh we're just going off the teams that Kevin Weeks listed though, and just like talking about guys we would want. That's really just all we're doing here. Tampa Bay, like I was saying before, Connor Geeky, Uh, outside of that, I mean, Sam O'Reilly's having a okay year with the London Knights, not the best year. I don't know really what I would want from Tampa Bay. Like that's a thing.
I don't think that. I mean, I don't think the Tampa thing happens either. Just because the prospect system's not the greatest, and like you said, or I don't know if you mentioned it, but they don't have their first round pick this year or next year because they obviously gave those to Seattle in the Yanni Gore trade. And I brought this up last night, but looking at their cap wages page, it's like insane. Like Kucherov, Point, and Kensel all make under $10 million. They don't have a single $10 million contract on their books. That's and they're one of the better teams. I think what they have the third best record in the league in terms of points. Crazy.
Wait, but Vasilevsky's one of the best goalies. That has to mean he's making more than 10 million, right?
Obviously. I mean, how else are they going to compete for a Stanley Cup?
Yeah, I that to me makes no sense if they're not paying their goalie that much money. Um, in terms of the other teams on that list, the rest of them start to make some sense. Outside the Islanders, I don't think the Islanders thing is happening. I stand by it. I think they're not going to move him there just because it's the Islanders. But I can tell you right now, they have a lot of pieces I would want in a return. If they did move him to the Islanders, if you could get one of or two of the guys that I said in our group chat earlier, which was Cole Eiserman, Cal Ritchie, Danny Nelson, Kashawn Aitchison, and who was the last guy I mentioned? Victor Eklund.
Victor Eklund, yeah.
If you could get two of those guys in that return, because the Islanders would have to pay an in-division tax, I'd be on board with that. I don't give a fuck if you move him there because the guy doesn't show up in the playoffs anyway. I'm not concerned about him winning a cup across the river. So
give me Danny Nelson, Cole Eiserman, and a pick. You have yourself a deal right there. But like I said, I don't think that happens just because. Even though I don't agree with the two trades that Darsh made personally, even though they both scored against us, which again wasn't a surprise, it doesn't fit their timeline for me. It would not be smart at all for them to one give up those prospects, pay an in-division tax, and then I don't think they're going to sign Panarin either way, just because it doesn't fit into their long-term plans. He doesn't fit into their current window of what they're trying to do.
yeah, no, I agree there. Like I spoke about yesterday, I just don't. I think the Islanders are ahead of schedule and they should be acting accordingly to that. The next team to talk about, though, Minnesota, just because of the fact that I don't know what assets they're going to give up. I think they're more likely to give up a king's ransom for Trocheck than anything. Obviously, it's not a secret who the Rangers are going to want from Minnesota prospect wise, from the forward group. We know who they want. Outside of that, though, like I don't know. I think Minnesota just is in the market more for a center to where I don't think it makes sense at all for them to make that trade. But I mean, they have a couple pieces that are intriguing. Like Yurov. Um, that would be a piece I would like, but I just don't see Minnesota happening.
Yeah, no, they're gonna trade for two. They're gonna trade for a center if anything, because they need they need depth down the middle bad. I mean, Ryan Hartman is again. Hartman's not a bad player, but he's their number one center right now. I mean, Hartman, Eriksson Ek, Yorov, and Nico Sturm is not winning you a cup down the middle, even with their scoring of Kaprizov, Hughes, Zook, Boldy, Tarasenko. I keep forgetting Tarasenko was a Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, no, that's always weird to me. Yeah, they need Trocheck more. Um, I mean, the rest of the teams I feel like we've talked about extensively though. Like we've spoke about San Jose. LA's the team I think he goes to at this point. Anaheim we've spoke about a lot. Um, Vegas, we don't know how that would work. Dallas would be weird just because of their situation draft pick wise. I mean, they have their first next year, which maybe could make things interesting. I don't know, because like the weird part is Weeks listed all these teams in that tweet. I still feel like there was some missing. Like I said, between Detroit, between um Florida, and yeah, I don't know. The thing with Dallas is we heard that Dallas would use him as a rental. Like that's been confirmed at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that Panarin wants to get the extension with it because I get it. Like, you don't want the hassle of moving your family twice in like the span of a short time. But I mean, I think it's worth it. Like, especially if you go to a team like Dallas, where I mean, that's a team that just went to three straight conference finals. Like, they need something a little bit to go over the hump. And like, you got Sagan on LTIR. He's not coming back for the rest of the year. I mean, what they got three, just under 3.5. So probably have to take some sort of money back to make it work. Maybe like a Faxa or Steel. Or maybe they'll probably take back Labushkin instead because more third pair defensemen.
Yeah, I think Carolina would make sense for Trocheck. They're another team that needs help down the middle desperately, which I don't know what they. I mean, if you package Panarin and Trocheck together, you could get a really good return there. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I think they're. It's weird. Like they need a center, but I feel like they're more likely to get Panarin than Trocheck. But I don't see why Carolina wouldn't want to bring Trocheck back. Yeah, exactly. They need a 2C. I'll be back in a minute though.
All right. The mystery arm dropped off dropped off my stuff. Yeah, that was my mom. But yeah, I mean, listen. If Carolina were to hypothetically make a trade for Panarin and Trocheck, and they were able to bundle them in one trade, I mean, I think first of all, the one guy that you're definitely asking for is Logan Stankoven, and I know it'd be weird for him just considering he got traded last year from Dallas, so for him to move again. But again, like the Rangers need, I mean, not that they need top six scoring. I mean, the Rangers need scoring in general because I mean, throughout their whole lineup right now, there's no offensive talent whatsoever. I mean, sure, Gabe is there, but you're not relying on a 22-year-old, 21-year-old Gabe Perreault to lead this team in offensive scoring, and that's not even counted that this team can't even develop forwards properly. But I would like a guy that's like proven, like a Logan Stankoven, and then I mean, in terms of prospect wise, I mean, obviously Bradley Nadeau. That's a guy you would obviously keep your eye on, but I mean, you could get a decent return from Carolina, and they have Dallas's first round pick this year, obviously because of the Rantanen trade. They have their own first round pick in 2027. So, I mean, listen, I mean, there's a chance that let's say like you trade Trocheck, Panarin, you could maybe get two first round picks, and then Stankoven on top of that, and maybe another decent B level prospect on top of that. I mean, I would certainly look. I would certainly look into that. I mean, how their cap space is looking like. So because they got more. I mean, I know. Yeah, they got just under 9 million right now. They probably have to look to move something out I mean, that's if Panarin is going to sign an extension with them, because if they're not, then they don't really have to worry about their long term cap situation, because you could easily move out a contract like Jordan Martinook. He's only making just over $3 million. I'm sure you could find a suitor to take that type of contract in the offseason, considering it's only 1 year. Stahl, I don't think they're going to trade. That's their captain. And then,
I
I
know
mean,
who they would move. Svechnikov.
yeah, Svechnikov.
I mean, that's a guy they should be moving, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's if Panarin is going to sign an extension. They're like, I don't think they're going to have to move Svechnikov if Trocheck is just going to stay there. Panarin leaves, but yeah, if Panarin's going to sign no extension, and then you have 3 years left the Trocheck's deal, yeah, you're going to have to trade a contract to the win. I mean, Svechnikov should be the one they trade away, because even though he has his flashes and his moments, he's not my type of player.
That lineup though would be unbelievable if um they add Trocheck and or Panarin to it, because you move Martinook down to the fourth line. I mean, if they got Trocheck, that could be Stahl could be their fourth line center at that point.
Yeah, I mean, you could assemble your top six as Sveshnikov, Aho, Jarvis, Ehlers, Trocheck, Panarin. Because obviously, I would envision Stankoven gets moved in that deal, and then Stahl, Blake gets moved down to the third line. Martin Hook gets bumped down. Obviously, I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with Cook in the Emmy. That's not really my issue. The guy sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, no, he's horrible. That fucking pettiness. Who would want Carrick Kings? Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, any team that needs a fourth line center right now, and truthfully, I can't tell you who does right now. Um, most of the league probably would
You could
want.
send Carrick back to Anaheim. I'm sure they take him. I mean, their fourth line center right now is Tim Wash. I never heard of this guy in my life before, so I'm sure they would take Carrick. And again, like cheap $1 million AAV for another year after this, and you probably won't have to give up much for Carrick anyway. Maybe like a second, third round pick.
Yeah, Leo's right that Edmonton probably
Edmonton, yeah.
LA would be a fit. They could use an upgrade down on their fourth line right now. I'm just trying to like quickly go through. I mean, Minnesota needs center help, like we mentioned before. That it would be an upgrade probably over Nico Sturm for them, adding Sam Carrick. If uh San Jose wants to get their fourth line better and get Ryan Reeves in the press box where he belongs, that would help them as well. Yeah, Utah, sure, that's another team. Just like quickly going through them right now. But a lot of teams would line up for Carrick just because of that extra year and the fact that he's only making $1 million on
I
the
mean, if I'm a
cap.
team, if I'm a team like Minnesota and I'm already in negotiations for Panarin, I'm just throw me Carrick and Trocheck in one trade. I mean, again, like there's no such thing as too much center depth in this league, especially come playoff time.
Yeah, 100%. And you see it all the time that teams that are deep down the middle tend to win, which is why, as good as Minnesota is right now, I don't think they're going to be a cup contender because of that. Yeah, LA definitely needs help down the middle as well. They could use Trocheck, especially because of the fact that Kopitar is going to retire after this year. I just don't think they have the assets to get both Panarin and Trocheck. I could be wrong, but I just personally don't see that. I mean, the Rangers at that point, you'd have to get one of their young roster players in the deal potentially, and I don't think they're moving any of those guys like a Laferriere. I just don't think they'd want to move him because they have a good prospect pool, but or a decent one, but I don't know if they have enough to get both of them unless you're getting their first round picks this year and next year. Liam Greentree, I'm gonna botch his last name. The defensive prospect that I talked about yesterday. What's his
Oh
name?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Bruce Dewich.
Yeah.
I would like him. If you get that as the main part of your return, I mean that's something I would do, and then maybe get like another C or B level prospect or a mid round pick in there. Bruskewicz, okay. I keep saying it wrong. But either way, maybe LA does have the assets to get both. Maybe they do, and I'm wrong. But that would be a very good return if they were able to get 2 first round picks and those prospects. Yeah, they could. The Kings could want a Brodzinski reunion. Pretty sure he played there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did. I mean, I'm just thinking of like a Minnesota trade. I think for me, sucks they don't have their first round pick this year, but I think because especially for them, look at they just have under $2 million, so I think you've obviously they're not going to eat Trocheck's salary because you're not going to eat for another 2 years. You know, you take back a contract like for me, if you could get a first round pick 2027, take back Trent's deal, only 2 years, $3.5 million, so it's not a terrible deal. Stramel, Yokoharu, and like a third, fourth round pick for as carry compensation. I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah, that wouldn't be horrible.
I mean Kiviharu, yeah, not Yokoharu. My bad.
Leo's saying that see LA being in on Schneider more than Panarin. I don't agree with that, to be honest with you, because LA desperately needs help in their offense. They are one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, and it's been that way for a bit. They have one of the worst power plays in the entire league, if I'm not mistaken. Just trying to pull that up here. They are 28th in the NHL on the power play. Goals for per game, they are currently 30th in the NHL. Yeah, they need help desperately in their top 6 offensively. I think they need to target a Panarin type. Thank you for the $5, Jay Lewis, Greentree, Laferriere, and a first enough from the Kings for Panarin. That's more than enough. I don't think they're gonna get that. I was saying if Trocheck was in the deal too. I mean, if you got that return and Trocheck's in the deal and you get another first round pick, that's a deal I would definitely do. Or at least like a second round pick. The reason we're selling Panarin short is because we don't know where he'd sign extension. That's a problem. Because that might dictate what they get. The Sharks would go for Schneider. Probably, yeah. We've heard them linked for Brain Schneider. See, I don't know still. Like packaging some of these guys together still just makes a lot of sense to me.
Which is why it won't happen because it makes too much fucking sense.
Yeah, that part's true. It seems like that's the case though, Peach, is that there's going to have to be an extension before he's moved. That's part of why they're sitting him out, because you have to imagine they want him to be able to negotiate with other teams right now to see what's out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Drury's already agreed like to multiple deals. I think it just might be Panarin deciding where he wants to go and what type of extension it fits best for him. I think possibly that could be the holdup.
God, how the fuck? I still don't understand how the fuck they found the channel. Thank you for the $2, Jay Lewis. Would could Panarin and Schneider, or what could a Panarin and Schneider package get you? Well, thank you for the $2. It really depends on the team, obviously, but you're definitely looking at multiple first round picks at the very least, because the way GMs get a boner for Schneider, that's a first round pick. Panarin's already getting you a first round pick. And then I don't know where you go from there with the rest of the assets, but you're at least getting 2 first round picks in that deal. And yeah, I mean, Panarin, in my opinion, right now, it's either LA or San Jose. I can also see Detroit, though, like Matt was saying before. Like, those are the 3 teams I really think make the most sense. Because as much as he wants to play in Florida, that's not happening.
No.
But I don't know. Washington could give a really good return. Because
Yeah, I mean, just like going back to San Jose, like you brought up the point, flipping them Panarin and Schneider. Instead of the 2 for first round picks, like for Schneider, just straight up, because I mean it equals out. Just give me Dickinson for Schneider. I'll take the proven prospect right now over a lottery ticket. Whether they want to do that or not, I mean, if I was Mike Greer, I'm definitely not doing that because Schneider sucks. But apparently GMs, love big, tall, heavy defensemen. But I mean, yeah, if you could get Dickinson in return of a first round pick, I mean, give me that. But like I said, for Mike Greer, that makes no sense.
Mario Ferraro it is, champ.
Need our Carson Soucy replacement.
It doesn't seem like I don't think that's what it is with Florida. I think with Florida, just because I'm assuming you're talking about that, I'm assuming that's just simply I want to play with my best friend Sergei Bobrovsky, and I want to go where I could get a ring. I think it's just simply down to that. I could be wrong, and also, why would you not want to live down there? But if you just mean in general, I mean, there are teams it seems like on the West Coast he's willing to go to. Like I said, I think LA is probably the favorite out of them. Thank you for the $1, Chris Jones. Obviously, the Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs there.
Yeah, I mean, if the LTIR playoff thing was not like it was this year, I could seriously see Panarin going there. It sucks they don't have their 2 first round picks this year, but I mean, hey, you want to give me Anton Lundell in return? Give me a nice 2C in return, and then you can flip Trocheck and get some decent prospects in return too. And I mean, Lundell's a way better version of Trocheck either way. But I mean, the extension wouldn't really make that much of a difference either way because Bobrovsky's money comes off the books either way, and Panarin could easily take a discount because of the no state tax. It's just for them personally. If you're going into the playoffs and you got to pick between what's it called, Barkov or Panarin, I'm taking Barkov every single day of the week because Barkov actually shows up come playoff time, and he actually plays the game the right way.
He is 2014 Brandon Bass. Schneider should get similar to a Keandre Miller return. Yeah, I think that's a good comparison for what Schneider could get. Maybe even more though, because like I said, I mean, physicality and right shot. Every GM has a boner and a wet spot. It's just the way it is.
Unfortunately, not enough talk about who's take. Bro, fucking get it, forget it. Lafreniere, like what Statboy Steven posted yesterday. If you can't get anything good from him, just buy him out. I'll take the $1.8 million cap buyout penalty for like for how many years? To me, that's worth it.
Yeah, I don't even give a fuck if they bought him out at this point. Um, this guy has a slam dunk opportunity uh, to prove he's not a worthless piece of shit, but we can't help at all but think he's going to drop the ball here on the returns. Yeah, and that's why it sucks that he's leading this retool, is that no one has faith in him, and no one should have faith in him.
I'll like I said earlier, it's not whether we overvalue or undervalue Panarin. It's just the fact that Drury's gonna fuck up this return, and I have no expectation for it. Like I'm expecting the worst right now. Listen, if they get a good return, great. But right now, I have no reason and no confidence to believe that that's gonna be the case.
Yeah, we were speaking about Minnesota before. Um, I just we just think that they're gonna value Trocheck more than Panarin, and I'm not sure if they have the assets to get both. Detroit has Raymond on the left wing. Why would he want to go there? Because why not have a deeper roster there? And DeBrinket's a guy that can play both sides. Marco Casper is actually currently slotted too on their top line left wing. Just looking at their lineup, you put him next to Larkin and Raymond. That would make sense. I don't know if it has to do with this at all, John. I think it's just that a Panarin deal is being handled differently than those deals are. Those deals are being handled where if it gets close, they'll hold him out. Panarin right now is a unique situation because he's talking to other teams about contracts. And this is my point, though, that I was making, is that if the Rangers do not walk away from this trade deadline with 3 additional first round picks from what they already have, it is a failure of a deadline. You have to get a first from Panarin, Schneider, and Trocheck. If you don't, and if they better at least be A-level prospects, and if it's not that, you failed the trade deadline. It is just that simple.
If you could get 4 first round, I mean, if you could have 4 first round picks this year in this draft, I mean, and again, this is going to be one of the, at least the rumors and what we're seeing from right now, because obviously it could change, a couple years down the line. But this is supposed to be one of the deeper drafts we've had in a while. So if you could have 4 or 3 and then 1 next year, I mean, we all know what happened the last time the Rangers had 3 first round picks. That was 2018. And all of them by like year 5 were all off the team. So, or year 6, year 7, because Keandre left last year. So it was like 7 years.
Thanks for the $2, Jay Lewis. Imagine getting a Zook type return for Panarin. Is Andrew still here? Because I'll do what he does to dogs if that's the case. Please no. Please no. Yeah, that's what Matt was saying before, that with Detroit's cap space, it does make sense if they ended up acquiring Panarin. And it would complete their top 6 more. That's a team that I think could, hypothetically, if they want to, get Trocheck and Panarin, and that would really round out their top 6.
Oh, yeah, if they could get Trocheck and Panarin, I mean, that's probably one of, because I don't think it's I still think Tampa and Colorado's top six are way better. But that instantly becomes one of the better top six in all of hockey.
I'll freaking rub my nipples on live stream if they get Carter Bear.
Well, if we're talking about nipples, we're gonna need Carson on the stream because he is nipple man. Carter Bear, 2 first-round picks, and then give me. And I mean, Carter Bear, Bransard, Nygaard, and then two first-round picks. I mean, we got a deal right there.
Ranger Central after dark.
Do we want Ethan Bear? Yes. Because we need centers. We have no. I mean, not even we have no center depths in our organization.
Wrong Bear.
Oh wait, yeah, that's wrong Bear.
You're talking about yeah, they're offering Islander legend Ethan Bear. Here's what the Islanders, I think, right?
I think so. Then yeah, not that Bear. I misread it.
Yeah, no, I would do disgusting things for Carter Bear. I really wanted him in the draft.
That and the Cooter.
If they kept that pick, I would have loved Carter Bear. Yeah, or the Cooter. The Cooter would have been generational. Vancouver. Cooter Island. You know, they're at the bottom of the standings right now, but at least they got the Cooter to keep them in check. They got a Cooter to play with when all goes wrong.
They got rid of Miller, yeah. So who really won at the end of the day?
That's also true. Why is Zoe talking about first and McTavish and lesser prospect for Zibanejad? Because that's playing pretend 101.
Yeah, that's not happening.
I don't even think they would move McTavish for Panarin or Trocheck, nonetheless Zibanejad.
See, if the Rangers were smart, and we're playing pretend there because we know that this organization is not very smart, they should. And I know it depends on Mika's willingness to waive his no movement clause. But the Rangers, if Mika hypothetically in a world would be willing to move his waive his no trade clause, they should 100% move Mika because okay, like he's having this or not a career but a resurgence year per se because he's on pace or he's at least close to a point per game player right now. You sell high, you take the value, and you get whatever you can from him because I'm telling you, I just have a feeling that this is going to be like a Kreider situation where next year he's going to go back to what he was the past 2 years, and then all of a sudden you got no value out of him whatsoever. But probably because it's the Rangers, that's how it's going to go. And then eventually when the Rangers do end up moving him, they'll get back another Carey Terrence who barely puts up any points in the AHL and like a third-round pick for Mika Zibanejad. Because why sell high on one of your guys?
I worry about that happening with Trocheck. I've said it for a bit now that you have to move him this deadline before that contract becomes Barclay Goodrow 2.0. But yes, Mika also, that applies to. Thank you for the $5, Jay Lewis. Imagine Drury taking back less in a trade because Drury rather trade him to a friend. Yeah, I mean, he did that with Carson Soucy, where we got to do Carson Soucy, right? So let's trade him to the Islanders.
Chris Drury damage control.
The damage control, I actually fucking can't take it. Oh, look at him doing right by his players. Carson Soucy has a family, and he traded him so he doesn't have to move. I can't. The only GM that gets any sort of praise for that shit. God, this is so much worse than that freaking Instagram thought hitting coach. Like, this is just so much worse.
Chris Drury is a MAW general manager.
And it's gone on for way too long.
Drury takes out the recycling bins all by himself. Yes, let's give him a gold star. Good job, Christopher. You did it. He probably pats himself on the back every time he brushes his teeth in the morning or he takes a piss. Yay, I did it. He's like, I hit the toilet. Yes.
Hey, this is possible. I want to say Dalton rushing coming back the other way.
Panarin and Giannis are going to the Dodgers. No, but we can't forget though the Dodgers probably think they're going to be runners up for a guy like Panarin. Drury rounded up his total at McDonald's for charity.
I look up for a second and just see that.
Yeah, after he drinks all that pool water. I'm telling you, all Dolan's young son makes his decision when it. I mean, if that's the case, we basically have Woody Johnson 2.0 with the fucking Jets, which wouldn't surprise me because him and Dolan are easily the two worst owners in New York. That's not even close. I mean, and whoever owns the Nets as well. Hashtag pool water pizza. Yeah, I mean, listen, they typically say what makes New York pizza the best is because of the dough and the water. Well, when you go to Drury's Pizzeria, it's not regular water in that pizza. You're getting You're getting fresh chlorine in your pizza. Dolan admitted, I didn't see that part that he lets his younger son make decisions, but bro's looking at fucking NHL 26 ratings. Okay, on the bright side, at least our captain can have his number 10 back. Yippee. Chat GPT. You know what? That's what probably Drury does. He's like, Chat GPT, give me a trade return for Panarin. And he's like, I want this. I mean, it makes sense considering that this organization has no scouting system, development system. So he's probably like, just give me something random. Whatever happens, happens.
Thank you for the $2, man. Thoughts on when the letter 3.0 comes out? Uh, that's a good question.
When in like 4 years, when this inevitable retool fails, they'll send out another one. It's like, oh, you know what? Scrap that. We actually need to tear the whole thing down.
Yeah, delay the inevitable.
Yeah, sorry guys. We should have really done it after 2024 when we got bent over by the Panthers, but we thought we were smarter, and we thought giving Igor that extension was the smart move. But hey, we fucked up. We're gonna have more letters than world wars were fought. I mean, that's fucking impressive.
We're so fucked. It's not even funny. Carson Soucy scoring on us deserves the letter 3.0. tried to start a fire Drury chant and got yelled at by Islander fans. Drury's Rangers, baby. More Islander fans in the building. Playing pretend.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Speaking of Patrick Kane, big ups to him. Getting the record there for most points by a US born player. So love to see that. Should still be a Ranger, should have been a Ranger beyond that 1 year. Fuck Drury for jumping through hoops to get him while he was injured and not jumping through hoops to bring him back after the surgery. But that's neither here nor there. Could have had Kane and Gensel in the top 6. But nope.
Yeah, big ups to Patty Kane. Best American-born player in the history of the league. Was great for his short time being here. I mean, when that trade went down, I was so excited. Like, and especially when that graphic came out and it said Showtime on Broadway. That felt special. But yeah, he should have.
Me too.
He should have been a Ranger after 2023. But apparently, he was the cancer. He was the meanie pants in the locker room. So. Because, yes, the 3-time Stanley Cup champion, a Conn Smythe winner, a guy who scored multiple series-winning goals, that's the guy we can't have in our locker room. But Jacob Trouba, JT Miller, yeah, those are the guys that will lead us to the promised land. Because, you know, Jacob Trouba is a real captain. He's a real, because he throws his helmet. JT Miller, you know, he's a real captain because, you know, no BS. We're going to play a fuck you attitude game. He slams doors. He slams his stick. But he's won a grand total of nothing in his career. Has been kicked out of multiple locker rooms. But Patty Kane, 3-time Cup winner. So many first ballot Hall of Famer, Conn Smythe winner, game winner in the 2010 Stanley Cup Finals. Won the Conn Smythe in 2013. Scored the game winner against LA in Game 5 of the conference final that year. No, we can't have that. That's terrible in our locker room.
I'll never forget too when I made this Photoshop. It's horrible because I was never good at jersey swapping, but I made this before he ended up being a Ranger in hopes of him being a Ranger, and ended up happening for a brief minute.
You know what wouldn't surprise me? Like how like a couple streams ago we were talking about the whole, you know, quitting on Gallant thing and, you know, Trua going to Drury and bitching them. I wouldn't be surprised if Kane was like one of the only ones in that locker room that said, guys, maybe we shouldn't do this. Like, it's not a good look for us, but, you know, can't go against the captain. Can't go against Captain Trouba. God forsakes.
Yeah, no, and we're probably like, don't bring him back. And this is also true that he probably wanted to be back, but
Gensel and Kane, that would have been special.
God, I can't say what I would do. I can't. It's not appropriate on stream.
Trocheck and Miller slamming and breaking multiple sticks in the third. I mean, listen, they slam sticks, they break sticks together, they cut steaks together. I mean, what more do they want?
Oh my God, wait. I saw a clip yesterday of Hillary Trocheck on a podcast talking about how they act like little children together. Like, it's so cute. They were cooking food together and they were shirtless, running back and forth to the barbecue. I mean, they were just so cute together.
Yeah, bro, it's over. This is like saying the Winter Classic fucking things are cute.
God, I was gonna friggin' whip my phone across the room when I watch that. Drury's Rangers.
You had to preserve the dynasty, man. Like, I don't know why we're all complaining. Like, you can't trade. I mean, Kakko was the scapegoat in the playoffs. Brendan Hoffman was the next Ryan Callahan. Can't trade that, and you know, can't trade a first-round pick.
I didn't even look at the chat. I was laughing at what Nico just said in our group chat. Wait.
Yeah. I was so excited for those play. The Tarasenko, Kane, and Mikula. I mean, Mikula really was the one to keep. Like, I thought he was one of the most underrated players on that 2023 team. And if they didn't have Barkley Goodrow tied down to a contract, you could have had Nico Mikula. You could have brought him back. And that's another guy who, because we all said the biggest problem against Florida was the fact that they couldn't have guys that moved, or they didn't have guys that didn't have the ability to move the puck up the ice and skate the puck up the ice. Nico Mikula certainly gives you that.
No, we're actually getting Seattle's entire roster for Panarin.
We're actually getting their stadium too. And we're getting the Space Needle too. And we're getting Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh on top of that. Tony D, yeah, but Tony D can't play defense to save his life.
No, everyone thinks they needed toughness and grit.
They needed Jack Roslovic, man. Like, I don't know why we're complaining. Roslovic gives you that speed.
No, Barbashev won in Vegas, so that means he would have won here if they got him.
Hey, Alex Wenberg too, the guy that couldn't hit an open net to save his life, but that's the guy that we need. And of course, Troy was like, let me assemble a third line of guys who can't score goals. Yeah, because Kako, Wenberg, and Jack Roslovic, that was going to be a line that always works. Three guys that can't score, can't play make, can't sustain pressure in the offensive zone, but hey, man. Yeah, and then you see Florida's third line with Lundell, Luosterainen, and Evan Rodriguez too. But yeah, Wenberg, Roslovic, and Kako. That's gonna surely help break us through and win a round against Florida. Is Igor still? He was skating, but he shouldn't even come back this year anyway. There's no point.
He's at next game's getting the $15 chicken fingers like we do. He's eating a tub of ice cream watching Jalen Brunson like we do. Soon to be Giannis also, hopefully.
Eating a tub of ice cream and watching Mitch attempt free throws like we did.
Eating a tub of ice cream, watching Cat hit the deck and not get back on defense like we do.
After all that?
The SEC, what you mean? Thank you for the $5, Shea Lewis. Rangers wouldn't be in this situation if they actually improve their player development. This is the biggest issue here. Yeah, and another thing you chalk up to Chris Drury because he didn't want to fire guys like Glasson or Meyer, and this is what you're stuck with now. You're stuck with these assholes. You're stuck with also a depleted pro scout and analytics department, which doesn't help. And clearly the amateur scouting has issues too.
2 to 3 pro scouts, 1 analytics guy in the whole front office. Fucking fantastic. Yes, Kako, Wenberg, Roslovic, take cover.
Army?
The Army is here. Gotta take cover, guys. If you know, you know. Just guys, everybody remember, tag your friends on Twitter, and you can't have a chuckle unless somebody's in your presence, because then you will go to jail. We can't be breaking the law now. The fact that we only have one Antlers guy is the funniest thing ever. I mean, yeah, well, one of the richest teams, the second richest behind Toronto, and I'm probably sure like the analytics guy, like he probably doesn't even use modern analytics. Like he probably still uses like Corsi and shit, which is out of date. He uses expected goals. That's why they think Lafreniere is so good. Yeah, I mean, just fucking watching Lafreniere is a joke. Like honestly, like when I watch and see the way like Schaefer like skates and moves with the puck, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like this shit is not fair. Like, why the fuck can we not have a first overall pick like this or a first overall player like this? Like, I mean, it's like Schaefer, like listen, like obviously I don't like the Islanders because they're a rival, but that kid's so good. And I can't wait to watch. Like, I'm hoping the guy wins multiple Norris trophies. Like, the guy's going to be future captain of the Islanders. Like, I mean, especially the goal he scored today. I mean, what a shot. Our analyst guy cleans the arena toilets with his tongue. Bro doesn't do shit.
How soon before Let's Go Wolfpack chants break out at the Garden? I don't know if we're gonna get there because suit and tie feds.
That and the Wolfpack sucks too. Like, no one's trying to watch those guys play either. Not when Trey Fix-Wolanski is your overall top scorer in points.
If Nick Patan was there, it'd be a different story. Another jury blunder. Letting Patan go.
Series.
Thanks for the $2, Jay Lewis. Last top forward drafted was Chris Kreider.
Yeah, and that was 2010 or 2009, one of those years. We drafted him 2009, 2010, and it took him legit 12 years to score to get us to have a season where he scored more than 30 goals.
How could the Wolfpack be bad though when Drury's preaching getting younger, faster, and tenacious? How could that be?
I don't know.
He's gonna keep his word, obviously. He wouldn't lie to us, right?
Oh, I mean, when has Drury ever lied to us? Come on now. Let's see. A Spo track. Let's take a look at this free agency class coming up this year. Who are some old ass dinosaurs that we know Drury's gonna target?
Can I place my money on who they're gonna chuck money at? I have two names.
Who?
Kiefer Sherwood's a given.
Yeah.
And Alex Tuck.
Yeah.
That's how they're gonna weaponize. That's how they're gonna weaponize the cap space that Panarin frees up. And their argument's gonna be, well, we have a deeper team now, so.
And what fucking sucks is I actually really like those two players. It's just they're going to be thrown into a situation to where they're going to be over. Well, at least in Sherwood's case, he's going to be overpaid. I don't know how much Tuck's going to get, but probably Drury's going to chuck like $12 million at him, so he'll be overpaid too.
That, and they'll also be on the wrong side of 30 when we get them.
Yeah. Let's see. Andrus Lee's available. We need culture changers. Andrus Lee is the captain, so he can definitely fit. He's our Trocheck replacement. Let's see.
That's very true. You have to look up when you talk about Kreider.
Let's see. I mean, John Klingberg. It's another great addition Drury's going to make. Matt Dumba's a free agent. Nick Leddy. I mean, Connor Clifton. I think we're building something here.
I think that screams tenacity. Look up Central. Yes.
You know, I mean, Evander Kane too. You know, I'm just like things are happening right now.
The sad part too with Kiefer Sherwood is he's like kind of doing the Barkley Goodrow thing though, where as good of a season he has point wise, he's still been outscored when he's on the ice. So it's like a lot of empty calories.
Yeah, I mean that I really can't fault them too much, just because Vancouver's shit. So, but
that's true.
I mean, oh, sorry, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I gotta read this comment. Just want to give the two of you credit where it's due. The two of you were all over Drury and the Ranger team being garbage before anyone else. You guys were calling this early last season before it went down.
Wasn't that hard if you just paid attention. If you just follow the map, you got to where we were today. Like, it was predictable. You didn't just if you weren't a blue teamer and you didn't have your blue tinted goggles on, if you didn't have your blue teamer glasses on and you weren't creating blue teamer fairy tales like certain people do on Twitter, like, this was predictable. But, you know, we didn't want to be right, but hey, we are where we are now.
And thankfully, we don't have to run this saga over with the Mets because Cheeto Bear's gone, Gerbil's gone.
Oh, the Cheeto Bear. He's Clifford the Big Red Dog.
The Cheeto Bear who murdered children.
I fucking died when he said that shit.
I'm so mad that I missed that part. I'm so mad. Yes, Dora always taught us to follow the map. It wasn't very hard.
But yeah, like I said, the other frustrating part about the Kiefer Sherwood thing was, like, Drury should have fucking got him 2 years ago when he signed the contract for a grand total, because what, his AAV is $1.5 million. That's when you should have fucking signed him, when, you know, he was an under the radar guy in Nashville. But no, let's wait for him to have the career year elsewhere, and then we can overpay him. Because again, even his last year in Nashville, like 68 games, 10 goals, 17 assists, 27 points, plus 17. Like, the guy was a good player. Like, and he played the game the right way. Like, oh fuck, like, he played the game the right way. Like 2014 Brandon Bass. Like, this was an obvious thing. It's just, you know, hey, let's wait till he actually overperforms, and then let's throw a shit ton of money at him, because they'll probably give him a full no trade clause too, because, you know, this has to happen naturally. It's the Rangers, it's Chris Drury. We of course do those things, but, you know, why buy low on people and, you know, find their potential in them? But hey, let's not do that. Let's overpay guys instead. You know. My coworker said, "Guess where I'm going tonight?" All I said was, "Why would you do that?" I mean, Hey, listen, if the guy got free tickets, then that's one thing, but willingly spending like $150, or probably was more tonight because it's the Islanders, like willingly spending $200 to watch this shit show, like, oh yeah, and yeah, Jake Wallman signing age 37. It's gonna make me buy it. Again, should have gotten Jake Wallman, 2 years, or yeah, was it 2 years ago or a year before when Detroit was basically cap dumping him for nothing? But hey, why get a guy like Blake Lizotte who was an under the radar guy in LA, got non-tendered a contract, was basically could have signed him for free. And listen, I get that Sam Carrick has at least been decent, like, and I know I didn't like the signing at first. I'll put my hands up. I'll say like I was wrong about that. He's been actually a decent sign for the Rangers, but again, compare like the contracts. Like Lizotte was only making $1.8 million this year compared to Carrick's $1 million. And again, Lizotte produces more points than Carrick. I would easily pay that extra $800K for Blake Lizotte. And again, probably the reason why the AAV was higher was because when you compare the contracts, Lizotte signed 2 years for 1.8, Carrick signed 3 for 1. So, but I mean, again, like the Rangers missed, like, if you just actually watch the games, if the Rangers actually had more than like 2, 3 pro scouts, like you could actually find these under the radar guys around the league. But why do that? Again, like a guy that Evan liked, Eric Robinson, and I know he's probably having a little chuckle right now because I mentioned the name. But again, Eric Robinson, that's a guy the Rangers should have targeted because he was a cheap under the radar guy in Buffalo who was or outproducing what he was expected to produce. Carolina picked him up for nothing. And again, great acquisition. Again, a guy like Sean Walker, who played well in his time in LA, played well for a short time in Philly. Rangers should have got him. And even if you don't want to say the trade deadline, because the Rangers probably would have to pay an extra tax to get a guy like Sean Walker, okay, like you could have signed him in the offseason, and he signed what I believe a 4-year, 5-year, $3.5 million contract. But no, Drury's idea was let's not do that. And instead, let's pay Ryan Lindgren $4.5 million for 1 year. And then proceeded to trade Ryan Lindgren for shit. Because Yusuf Parson is garbage. Of course, they got back Rangers legends Calvin DeHaan in that deal. And other than exposing Chris Drury, which, thank you for doing that, he did nothing. I mean, his first game here was terrible. Oh my god, I'll never forget when that guy turned over the puck like 3 times on one shift. That was terrible. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's the same stuff over and over again. Like it's one big carousel. And that's the thing that's so tiring about this team, right? I mean, we keep repeating ourselves over and over again, like same stuff on the streams. That's why it's like listen, like I love coming on here with you guys and like chatting and just talking hockey, even talking baseball when we do it on our Mets channel. And I mean, this is more so because I actually enjoy more talking Mets and talking Rangers. But like I said, like I enjoy talking to Rangers on here with you guys, but it's just when it's the same stuff over and over again, it's like it gets fucking repetitive and it's boring. But like again, like I want to do this shit for a living, like talking sports. So I listen. I'll do it just because you guys in the comment section, you guys keep us entertained. Like, and like listen, it works vice versa, right? We keep you entertained. You guys keep us entertained with your comments. Like, that's why I love to do this stuff. It's great. It's fun to actually build and like have like an interactive community where we can all like shoot the shit and talk, like, because it's fun. If Offman was producing, we wouldn't think he was a fringe NHLer. Yeah, but I mean the guy's not producing. I mean, listen, for me, for Offman, like this is nothing like personal, but the guy's not even noticeable on a nightly basis. Like, I mean, like seriously, it took him 6 years to get his first goal. Like 6 years. And this was Drury's first round draft pick. And of course he took him over Wyatt Johnston. I mean, listen, not that, if Wyatt Johnston came here, the Rangers would have probably, developed him because again, why develop talent? Why develop any type of prospects? But good for him that Johnston went to Dallas because Dallas actually knows how to develop guys and get the best out of them. Hoffman gets an 8-year no movement contract before the Olympics. Wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, that's another guy that's disappointed me too. Because like you said, Peach, Berard looked like a really good third line fourth. I even noticed him this year when he plays. Othman has grit. Yes, he has grit. He has that fuck you attitude like JT Miller talks about. He says, yeah.
That no BS attitude.
Darren Raddysh is 44 points in 45 games. And yet Julian Breezeball's not rushing to get an extension done. But meanwhile, Will Borgen gets traded here, has a okay time, 17 games, and Drury's like, here you go, kid. 5 years, $4.1 million contract extension, and oh yeah, trade protection on top of that because we need Will Borgen. That's the guy who's going to change everything on our decor. Fantastic. And also the fact that Darren Raddysh was a no-name guy down in Hartford, and then Tampa just picks him up as a reclamation project and turns him into that. I mean, it must be nice to have a competent organization that could actually identify talent, like I said, under the radar talent, and then turn these guys into productive NHL players. It must be nice. Yeah, and that's true, Anthony. He does get set back. Like he's basically on the he's basically like what the Mets relievers last year were, where they went up and down from Syracuse. That's basically what Berard's doing right now. So
Yeah, he's on the Hartford bus.
in that sense, I do feel for him, but I still would like to see a little bit more out of him. He showed it in the preseason. Like I thought he looked fantastic in the preseason, but but again, like I'll also give him the benefit of the doubt. Like it's hard when like your line mates are guys like that. Or I mean, like he was playing on the fourth line today with Rempe. Like I feel bad for anyone who has to fucking play with Matt Rempe. I mean, like you're basically playing with only two guys on that line, essentially. You suck. We'll sign you up. Pause. Jury Enterprise 2026.
Yo, what? I mean, shit, interesting.
Well, that's what Two Cats said. I'm just repeating what he said.
I mean, that's all you. That's all you two cats on that. You know what? You know what we should do right now? We should have a chuckle. All right? Let's pull up comments, guys, from my live stream when the Rangers got JT Miller to see what the people had to say about how I'm stupid, how what slurs was I called? Let's see how this went. Peach, you're actually in the chat. I think Miller might be the leader / captain we've been missing, and maybe gets the others to play with more testy and play physical. Oh boy, do I have something to tell you. As much as I like Teedle, he's one hit away from never playing again. Third pair demon. All right, whatever. Give me some good comments here. Some of these are too nice. The answer to what direction they were going in when they was made when they re-signed Igor. They are taking a chance. I like it. Well,
Oof.
I have something to tell you. Rangers 09891994. Terrible move by a terrible GM. This guy cooked.
W on that guy.
To be honest, Igor's contract pretty much forced a trade to happen. The Rangers will fail play out of these contracts when the rebuild, and rebuild when it's over. Wake me up in like 10 years. Yeah.
I cooked.
Pretty much. I'm glad he's your problem now.
That's all you needed to
know. Why couldn't we get the guy from? Okay, whatever. I need a mean comment here. I don't hate this trade today. I will hate it the following 5 years. Well, quick update, Robert. I'd love to hear from you. Two words for the organization: shit show. Yeah. Wow, this is really it. No No mean comments here.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we also have to remember like this was around the time where everything was going to shit already. So I mean, pretty much
Yeah,
some people probably jumped ship.
let's let me dig through. Let me find a different live stream where we could find some entertainment. React to the whole stream. I'm not sitting through an hour, whatever of that right now. I can't do that right now. How long was that live stream? Almost 2 hours. Yeah, no, I'm not sitting here watching 2 hours of that right now.
No, you have to go to like the beginning of that season, like the Montreal game, the Utah game.
This is true. The mean comments are probably on
That's
Twitter.
true. Yeah.
Um,
Brandon, I gotta agree. It's just one game. Like I don't know why people are complaining. Like it's just one game. I mean, sure, are the Rangers 22, 27, and 6? They're the only team under 500 in the East. But I mean, listen, the future's bright. We got Miller, yeah, for another 4 years. Like, buckle up, baby. It's just, yeah, exactly right. It's just 53 games. Like, I think we need to give this group more time. Like, just going back to even to the beginning of this year, like the people like that were saying like give them 10 games. No, motherfucker, I ain't gotta give this group shit. I've seen 6 years of this group. Like 10 games ain't gonna tell me nothing that 6 years hasn't told me.
yeah,
Oh, but
I actually would probably have to reactivate my main Twitter account to find the mean comments here. Shit. Do I do it, guys? Do I reactivate my main for a minute here and read through? It's just a colonoscopy, prostate exam, and a heart transplant. Yeah, I think I might have to reactivate my main account for the sake of it, just to feel some kind of way right now. All right, let's do it. Let's reactivate my main for a minute. Let's filter it to JT Miller tweets the best that I can. It might be fucked up though, just because of the fact that yeah, no, this is actually a problem because I can't filter the tweets since I'm like first reactivating.
if you want to, I mean, if you want to see, if you want to have a good chuckle, I mean, I could probably pull up this one from January 12th of 2024.
My tweet or your tweet?
My tweet.
Yeah, let's have a chuckle. Pull up one of your tweets.
Let me zoom this in.
Oh, I found a tweet that might have good replies.
All right, we'll do yours first.
All right. So let's pull this up real quick so you guys can see it. Where is it? Here we go. All right. So this is when Kyle Connor got extended. I said, good work by Drury holding out for the free agency class just for none of them to hit the market. Now you look like a loser who pissed his pants. Let's take a look here. There's got to be something. I am confused. What was Drury supposed to do? Who did he pass up on this past offseason or the one prior that we now missed out on? And that's assuming he had the cap space to add anyone or that those players were even worth it. Not every damn move has to be a bash Drury moment. Well, every time does have to, but appreciate it, Paul. Say I am critical of Drury and not shitting on you, but if you had the foresight where all these guys are signed, what do you use the cap on? You use the cap on guys that you could actually trade for. This is why you trade for players when they're available. Time for another letter. How great is that one? Dumb post. All right. Was it really dumb? Dolphin snake? Was it really a dumb post though? What else could he have done? None of them were gonna trade them. Well, you're right about that one, but there was plenty of opportunities to get those star players. Um, let's see. I'm ready for the letter. I love this. I absolutely love this. Huh? I don't know what the confusion is here. Rent free in your head. Not sure what we're referring to there. If you mean Chris Shuri, yeah, he's ruined my life. Um,
They're all scaredy cats. Real
yeah,
cats.
I should retweet some of them. Reactivate my main just to retweet some of them. Should I?
You might have to. Just blow it
I,
up.
I'm gonna save it for a different tweet. I'm gonna save the retweets for a different one because once I can dig up the JT Miller tweets, it's gonna be difficult to dig them up. I'm gonna try
Yeah, I
to.
want to see. I want to see after this one that I pulled up after the when they traded Troop. I want to see some because I know there were a couple people that definitely gave me some shit. But hey,
Yeah, wait. What was the tweet you were gonna?
Well, I have it pulled up. I can just share my screen.
That's what I mean. Yeah, share your screen. And let's run through this.
Yeah.
This is a great
So this
exercise.
was. Let me hold on. Let me expand a little more.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh,
Yeah,
I remember this
so
tweet. This
this
is gonna be
was
great.
January 12th of 2024 when the Rangers were going through their really bad period. And of course, because I played a little bit smart, I'm like, hypothetically, if the Rangers get eliminated in the first round again and they decide to retool by trading core guys like Kreider and Trouba since their no movement clause lessen up, would you also trade Igor as part of a core reset? And what's funny about this, you fast forward 18 months, guess who got traded? Guess what two players got traded, and guess what players should have been traded, but nope, we had to extend them.
Bad day to be part of that 78.7%.
Let's see. Oh, shut up. No, I wouldn't. We'd be looking for a goalie that would probably be lucky if you were even as good as this version of Igor when this wasn't even anything near his best season, which was 2022, but sure. He's in a funk. Hell no, he'll be fine. Goalies have no trade value. Remember when Vegas traded Fleury, nothing. I've never seen a group jump off the clip as much of this Igor thing. Jesus Christ, the defense is atrocious in front of him. Trade Igor for what? And yeah, let's improve the defense by giving him a fucking contract that makes no sense. They need to get no, goalies are the hardest thing to get right. Not really. I've seen dumber takes than this, but I've also seen blue lobsters too. Hashtag smartest fan base in hockey. Kreider Trouba would be the only two I keep. Sure. Laugh my fucking ass off. Seek medical help. I didn't need to because I was perfectly thinking fine. You suck. Thank you very much. No, this is Drury's team. He gets fired. Unfortunately not. Igor to New Jersey. I'd gladly send Igor to New Jersey right now. Kreider isn't going anywhere. Let's stop this shit now. Update me now. Loser thoughts? No, not really, because that team was never winning a cup. That's the thing. This is the part of Rangers Twitter I'm blocking. Lol, y'all are fucking clowns. Trade Igor and Mika. I mean, yeah, made sense. Do you even pretend to look around the league and see how actually fucked a team is without a good goalie? Rangers have enjoyed Henrik and Igor as the natural successor, but at least pretend to have some awareness. No, I think I got plenty of awareness. Shut the fuck up. No, thank you. Jesus Christ, just don't be a fan of sports. Give it up, Chicken Little. You'll never enjoy anything.
Yeah, you gotta give it up.
I mean, listen. I'm glad. I'm really enjoying watching the Rangers as one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, I'm really enjoying this right now. Those thinking this is a rough patch or not serious. I said we'd be mid. At least this guy kind of cooked. I'll give him credit. Come on, Igor's been below average and recently down. So for this year, it's January. I wouldn't trade Trouba or Kreider, but Igor is a maybe. I wish I could show the quote teats too, because the quote teats were actually good, but I don't think you could pull them up.
Yeah, I don't think so on a computer. But I do have good news.
What?
Well, good news and bad news. The bad news is it looks like my JT Miller tweets are gone. I guess when I deactivate it, deletes all my tweets. The good news is I found a potential gem because there are 48 replies to it. And the tweet's simple. It is, Chris Drury really ruined the franchise I love. Let's see where this goes because 48 replies, 414 likes. So big ups to all the people. But this was October of this year. Let's see. Let's find some mean comments here because that's what I want to find. A lot of people agreeing so far. Barfing all over the garden. Oh, here we go. What do you want him to do? Not sign Igor? Not trade for JT Miller? Not dump Trouba and Kreider's AAV? Not extend Fox at $9 million? Not sign the number one free agent defenseman to play with Fox? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't want to sign Igor. I didn't want to trade for JT Miller. So
you'd be correct about a lot of those things. Let's see. A lot of people actually agreeing. Lol, okay. Adam? It's not good, Adam. It's not good, Adam. So I don't know if lol okay is what I'd be saying to this right now. It's only one GM. I love that reply. Damn, not as good as I thought. You know what? I really want to try to find I don't know if it got deleted, but my interaction with Sean Morash, if I could find that, that would be great because oh, there actually might be some good replies on wait, let me look through before. Oh yeah, I had someone tell me to leave in the replies of this tweet from game 1 where I said I can't do 81 more games of this shit. Oh, all right. Maybe we'll find some good replies here. Alexi Lafreniere is in year 6, and he looks like the same wolf shit player we've seen since day 1. Mike Bartner, of course, freaking love that. Let's see. I'd take him in a heartbeat. Playoff gamer from an Ottawa fan. He's an airhead. Please give me like something. Give me something here. Damn, nothing here. I'm actually disappointed. I can't find like my older tweets where it would actually be like really good. This is disappointing. I really want to find my interaction with Sean Morash, though. Like, that would be the best possible outcome right now. What's Sean's Twitter account?
I think it's just at Sean Morash.
At Sean Morash? Yeah. Yeah, it is. All right. Let's see. Damn, it's really gone? I didn't know when you deactivate, Twitter fucking deletes, like, most of your shit, or it might just be taking a bit to load some of it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Damn, that sucks. Go Evan tweet was PDO Kings getting eliminated. Yeah, that was and now look at where Washington is right now. Molrash is a buffoon who looks like Zordon from Power Rangers. Yeah, that's actually that's very accurate. He does look like Zordon.
Oh, I have another one that I found that's really good.
Let's see it. Damn, my tweets are just like not even loading now. This sucks. All right.
I forgot which game this was after, but they got like smoked
Oh, this is gonna be
because
great.
because this was like the bad January. So I cooked with some of these players, and I didn't cook with some of them. So give me at least a little bit of a leeway. Trade Kreider, Truba, Igor, Goodrow, Miller, Mika. It's good. All those should be gone. Let go of Wheeler, Pitlick, Lindgren, Gustafson, Schneider, and Quick. Those guys should be gone. Keep Panarin. I misspoke on that one. Keep Trocheck. That's a 50. Keep Laffy, but that was before the guy got paid and checked out. VC was an L. Cooley's fine. Fox is fine. I'm dumber just for reading this. Agree, but have to keep Trupa and Schneider. No. Let's see. Let's trade our fan base. You all suck. You're a moron. The reason this team loses is Panarin and Alexia. Every goal it gets is a result of those two and Gustafson.
Oh, good old Craig.
Always a turnover. I'd sell high on both of them before any other Ranger. You're
Matt,
dumb.
can you retweet some of these? Please retweet some of these.
Yeah, I'll do it after. You're dumb. We're a playoff team. Yeah, but they didn't win. Just let these guys go. Don't get assets for them. What a brain dead take. Well, I'm pretty sure most of those guys were UFAs, and they were gonna make the playoffs anyway, so you weren't gonna trade them. But okay, please tell me you're joking. No, this crazy dumb bitch. Yeah, we don't. The less said about her, the better. These are ridiculous takes. This logic is this logic is tagged. We should go 82-0, and we're struggling as part of the game. No, we didn't have to go 82-0. It's just the Rangers were not playing good, consistent hockey at that time, and they were gonna get found out come playoff time. Which what happened? They got found out. 4 of those 6 guys you want to have no trade. First place in the Metro, and you're gonna rebuild. Get a grip. Do I have a bridge to sell you, buddy? Rax fans, you might just want to hold off here. My team has been rebuilding for 7 years. Just a little over the top. Not. Are you on drugs? Nope, I was not on drugs. This is the worst take I have seen today. Great laugh, tough. Or great laugh though. Thanks. Clown show. Woof. Awful take. Unfortunately, we have that guy cooked. They can't. They are a playoff team. Jury probably doesn't know how to fix them with no money or talent at Hartford. Okay, that guy kind of cooked. Who let bro cook? Classic Mets Jets mentality. Well, Jets not counting. I barely even pay attention to them, but the Mets are doing it the right way. So a lot of weed being smoked today. Didn't smoke weed that day, so nope. Idiot take. Had a rough month. A lot of teams do. First place in the Metro. Go sell your jersey collection and start playing pickleball. Listen, pickleball's a decent sport. This is satire, right? Nope. This take is absurd. You sound like you don't watch hockey. I mean, man. Sure. This is one hell of a take. How about, I mean, listen, I would have started with Jury, but, it's not going to happen. Seeing that you're a fan of the Jets and Mets, this is the worst take ever. So many delirious Ranger fans on here and you're top. Just stop effing tweeting. You're an idiot.
Oh, but you're not an idiot.
Get some help. No. Lol, stop embarrassing yourself. There are no movement clause involved. Also, Trouba's been our best defenseman by a mile. Fox has been atrocious. His defensive metrics are bottom of the league. He's slow, weak, and small, and is one of the highest paid demon in the league. I'm muting you so I can now prepare my. I'm muting you now so I can prepare myself for such terrible takes. Bye. Laugh, you're an effing moron. I'll have what you're drinking. Um, do not resign Kako. This guy cooked. Um, just when you thought you've heard it all, they are in first place. Who remembers those good old comments back in 2024? They're in first place though. Why are you complaining?
The standings watchers, you gotta love it.
By the way, you forgot. You may actually be a psychopath. No, I just know what I'm talking about. Dude, deep breath, take a long walk. Just
No.
stop, dude.
Nah.
OMG, we are having a bad month. Let's freak out. Says the one who's probably a Ranger fan and has a Chris Kreider photo in his thing, but can't wait until the Rags beat the. Well, that didn't happen. This is why I don't follow Rangers Twitter.
Oh, what a shame.
Jets Mets says it all. Ridiculous take. Lol. Keep Truman, Lindgren, everyone else except Panarin. You're a lunatic. Did you know that? And finally, the last one. Ranger fans are truly fucking morons. Oh. Aren't these fun just to look at?
Yeah, this is great. I love every second of this right now. I'm so mad that like some of my old tweets aren't loading though right now. I'm seeing some of my Mets tweets though about DFAing Mullins. This is great. Damn. Like once I get to September though, it just doesn't load.
Yeah, that was the game Brandon. They lost to Vegas 5-2.
I haven't had a whole or a whole army of Ranger fans wanting a bounty on him that 2024 playoff run. I'll never forget that moment. Yeah, I had a freaking target on my back for a while because I called shit how it is. Fuck me. I wanted them to lose because I called shit how it was. I'm the asshole.
We got blacklisted on Twitter that year. I remember when. Hold on. Let me find that tweet because this one was just so fun, and it wasn't even like a bunch of like comments. It was just one comment in particular. I
have so much Met stuff here. I'm trying to find some Ranger stuff. Yeah, I might have to resort to the YouTube comments. Although this might have something good. So here we go. Another tweet from me. This is Larry Brooks that I quote tweeted. Rest in peace. Between Eichel, Kachuk, Gensel, etc., I'm glad we still haven't learned a lesson about how stupid it is to not trade for a young star player while they're available. This is gonna go great, isn't it? Please tell me there's someone telling me I'm stupid. Like the one time I'm trying to look for. Oh, we got a stop comment. Stop wanting talent. Stop it. Stop.
Not
You're
allowed.
horrible.
It's not allowed.
Oh, here we go. Did it ever occur to you, you dumb fuck, that they tried to trade for them but didn't have enough? Let me tell you this, Matt Rempe. Since you're the real Matt Rempe, let me tell you this. Hiding behind a fake identity. They did have enough. They did. They didn't want to trade that said enough that they had. So, am I the dumb fuck? Or are you the dumb fuck? Because you sound like the dumb fuck. Mr. Let me glaze a fourth line player who fucking hits everything that moves. Yes, Matt Rempe.
Yeah!
Yeah! Let me glaze that. And then call Core Python on Twitter a dumb fuck for wanting star talent. Sick. Sick reply. And then, of course, you have the people playing whataboutism with the Eichel situation as if that was the truth. That's the best reply we've got tonight. That's the best one that I've read tonight. We'll keep going. Oh, Anthony, you sent something? Let's say what you sent here. Did you send it to my private? Yeah, you sent it to my private account. Let's check. Oh, yeah, Anthony sent a good one. So Anthony tweeted, "One cup since fucking World War II, and this fan base is worried about the future." Ranger Things Podcast. What a great name. The reason we have one cup in 84 years is because they never took the time to build a future. Championship teams are built, not bought at the deadline. Drury's building what might be the best pipeline this team has ever had. That's more valuable than 3 months of Jake Gensel.
Preserve the dynasty. Jesus fucking Christ. What a fucking idiot.
Oh my goodness. I am retweeting that on my main account. That's fucking brilliant. That is fucking brilliant.
The best prospect line. I mean, whoa.
Wow.
That's
best, amazing.
The best pipeline.
That's incredible.
So Alexi Lafreniere got paid, checked out. Only has 10 goals this year. Fantastic. Capo Caco shit his pants and got traded to Seattle. Is not really doing much there. EJ Emery is not developing in fucking North Dakota. I mean, Jesus, what Matt Rempe shit. Adam Edstrom's always injured. Brennan Hoffman took him 6 years to score a goal. Let's see what else. Will Cooley, all right, he was even though I can't give him too much credit for that because that was a Jeff Gorton trade. Aggravated Kratsov and then got nothing for him. Keandre Miller, fine, okay, you got a decent return for him, but all right. Let's see.
Wait, can I say something right now? The Jets are the best team in football.
Yeah, because they have so many first.
Because we're saying no, wait, because we're saying. I thought we were just going around the table here saying stupid things. That's why I said that, because we read that tweet and that I thought it was my turn to say something stupid. So sorry, I just wanted to partake in that.
Well, if we're playing pretend, the Jets could technically be the best team in the NFL.
That's true. Yeah, if we play pretend.
Retweet. Yes, Queen. Chris Drury is a good. I mean, two cats cook with that one. Chris Drury is a good GM.
Oh yeah. I'm glad we're all going around the table here saying something stupid.
Eric Chavez is a great hitting coach. I mean, I don't know what you guys are
Eric
complaining
Eric
about.
Chavez is in an Instagram thought. Nope, not him.
I mean, Francisco Alvarez should be a contact hitter who takes the ball the other way. Like, makes sense to me. I think we should extend Brett Beatty for 10 years, but
Oh, I had people mad. I found a tweet where people were mad at me because um, I was pissed off with what Mika said when when they got to camp and he was talking about Kreider. I said, "Here we go already with the shit. Just waive your no movement clause to join him if it's gonna be this way." He literally didn't say anything bad. Ha 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 ha. These people are humans. He's not putting up a stink. Do you remember Henrik crying when Zook got traded away? Did you ask him to waive his no move clause? Played with the guy for several seasons, and apparently it's crime to say you miss his presence. Interesting.
no, because Hank never fucking quit or never threatened to quit after some of his friends got traded away. That's the difference.
And you know what else the difference is? That was in the middle of the season. You had an entire summer to process this shit, and you're crying. You're coming into camp crying about this when you had an entire summer to process it. Thank you for the $5, Jay Lewis. If they could draft future star players, they wouldn't need to trade for older ones. Look at guys like Barkov, Lindell, and Eichel. I mean, it's not only that, but like I say, you build a farm up because you want to be able to supplement your core guys with you by being able to trade those young guys to help supplement the core guys is what I'm getting at there. And yes, Hank is a Hall of Famer. He could say what he want.
Wait, you mean like what Jay Lewis is saying? You mean like kind of like what the New York Mets are doing right now?
Yeah, literally to a T.
He's just missing his best friend for the past 8 years.
He just missed his best friend. He didn't have an entire summer to process it. I miss my best friend. I miss seeing Nick. He's all the way in North Carolina. Guess what? We have fucking cell phones. Fucking dumb fucks. Dude, honestly, just go. Just go. Just stop. Poor Python, just go. You're an asshole. Oh my god.
You're allowed to miss
your best friend, my dude. Yeah. Like I said, I do too. He's in North Carolina. We have cell phones. Isn't that great? Relax, dude. You're in I hate Rempy mode, and the fucking season hasn't even started yet. What the fuck? This has nothing to do with Rempy, by the way. Dude, get over it. Get over it. Just get over it.
Yeah, get over it that my team is full of soft fucking players who can't get over their best friends being traded away for business purposes.
Just get over it. Get over it. Let's see if I could find anything else. Thank you for the $2, Jay Lewis. No Laba leads Drury drafted players in points. Yes, he does. Drury's Rangers. God, I just see me quote tweeting something about freaking Tommy Lugauer when the Mets were like tweeting videos of him. Oh my goodness.
I mean, listen, Anthony, I get it. I know we're being big meanies and everything, but it is. I know we're meanie pants. Like how Kane was a meanie pants in the locker room. Yes, we're being meanie pants too.
Please let me find something good here. A lot of Mets stuff. This was like as the Mets were collapsing.
Yeah. A lot of anti-Carlos Mendoza tweets.
That and wishing the Cheeto Bear to go away.
Exactly, Anthony. Exactly. It's not about the Cups one. It's all about the hugs we had along the way. Because friendships over championships. Am I right, everybody? Like, how could we put on waivers Barkley Goodrow? Like, just how? How could they do that? Like, he was the glue. He held everything together. He scored in Game 2 against the Panthers. He tied up the series.
Oh, the tweets when Chavez got fired. It's great.
Like, think about it. Like, if we didn't have friendship, then what would we have? What would we have? Nothing.
Oh my god, wait, I might have hit the jackpot. Okay, this is gonna be the best one. Because this was before the season, this tweet. This was during the preseason. The Rangers are going to be terrible this year. Drury should be ashamed of the product he's putting out there. Oh my god, this is going to be fucking great. This is going to be great. 75 replies. Oh god. Okay, wait. 7 replies on this that they look worse than last year. It's preseason. I hope this is rage bait. Like, seriously. I hope it's rage bait, man. I really hope.
Oh, Rob, I have something bad to tell you, man.
It was not rage bait, buddy.
Buddy.
Buddy, we're in preseason. For Christ's sakes. And no JT and bread. Exactly. Calm down. It's ridiculous. Tell him. Rico, you tell him how ridiculous he's being.
Where's Raul? Calm down.
Oh, we got the R slur. Oh, that's not good, guys.
Cancel him.
That's not good. People under 30 have no idea about sports. I don't know anything about sports, guys. I don't know anything about sports. Shame on me. Calm down. They were 1-5 in the preseason in 2023-24 and ended with the best record in the NHL.
And got absolutely dog walked by the Panthers in 6 games. And won nothing.
Oh, this is great. Give it time.
Give it time. Oh, those are the comments. Like, give it time. Just give them 10 games, guys. That's all we're asking for. 10 games.
Yeah, Zach, sorry. Let's see. Relax. Yep, relax. There's a reason no Ranger fan gives a fuck what you have to say. Well, my fellow Evan.
This is friendly fire.
Friendly fire. Frankly? Friendly fire. No one gives a fuck what I have to say. What a dingus tweet. Well, it appears, Evan, that 2,000 people that follow me on Twitter and almost 4,000 people that are subbed to me on here give a fuck what I have to say. So, sorry. Evan, relax. It's only the preseason, for God's sakes. Oh my God. An Eagles Ranger fan, you're just really confused, bro. Get some help for that. Pete, Can you seriously shut the fuck up? Like, you're so goddamn annoying. If you say this after 30 games and they're like 15 games under 500, sure. But you really are the most annoying negative fan I've ever heard. I've ever had to listen to. Like, seriously, shut up. What should we say now, Pete? What do you have to say now?
Come on, Peter. What are we doing? What's up, Pete? They are a playoff team. Oof. You should just you know no you know you should just quote that with a picture of the standings.
Yeah, I need to get a screenshot here of the standings real quick to go with this.
Hey, Pete, yup.
I don't think they're terrible. They will just barely get in 85 to 90 points. That guy wasn't being harsh. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. Relax. It's a preseason. I mean, you have Sully, I'm assuming it means on the bench with experience, and no nonsense guys on top of it.
No nonsense guys. Like Miller, yeah.
Shut your bitch ass up. Thank you. I will not shut up. If anything, I'm going to be more obnoxious now. Bro, at this point, just find a new team or a new sport. Uh, 82 games too soon? Nope, doesn't look like it, Jose. Season hasn't even started yet, but if they start bad, fans will stop going to games and stop paying high ticket prices. Unfortunately, that's not the case. It's just preseason. I think he will get one more year with offseason, see what he does. Now we're good. It's preseason. Wouldn't panic until Thanksgiving, and this is coming from someone who's very low on the team. Ooh, the hidden replies. It's preseason. Lol. Treating any of these games like these guys are playing at 100% effort proves how brain dead and reactionary Rags fans are. It takes balls to have hope. Dumbass. Miller and Panarin aren't playing. They're allowing very few shots per game and nothing in the middle. You don't know shit about hockey. I don't know anything.
That's the same guy, too.
Same guy, too. I don't know anything. One of them I want to quote tweet also. This was the best one. I knew the second I saw this tweet was before the season started. I knew this would be the best one. This is great. This is great. I just make my random return to my main account with this.
Came in, fired a couple shots, and just left. Like nothing ever happened.
Shout out to Fitz, though. He kind of inspired me to do this tonight. All right, let's see if there's more that I could find. It's got to be one more here for the road here. Nah, there might not be. This sucks. They didn't want to listen.
Nope.
Let's see if there's one more live stream I could find comments on instead. Because that's probably more likely at this rate. What would be a good live stream here to find comments on?
You gotta do like the 23-24 season, like when they're going through that bad January. One of those games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2024 deadline stream. Fuck. I could have some good ones though. Although
Oh, wait.
I privated my Gensel watch video, so maybe I could look through there also. That might be better.
Oh wait, yeah, that's actually a good idea because I forgot. I got so many interactions on Twitter like after the deadline when they didn't trade for Gensel. Like I could definitely.
Oh my god, a 10-hour stream for Jake Gensel watching. They didn't get him. Didn't get him.
Oh
Comments are off.
right, Brandon. we were both at that game where they lost 6-1 to Carolina.
Do those have good comments though? See, I don't know if the game comments will have, or the game comments will be good. That's a thing. Except for maybe when they get eliminated, that could be good. Yeah, we were getting shit on because everyone was saying they're unlucky, but you guys were telling the truth. Yep. It's not bad luck when you just don't have the talent to put up the production that you need. Thanks for the $5, Jay Lewis. Assuming Rangers get number 1 pick, Rangers should trade it, especially with Glasson or Meyer. Doesn't matter. They'd have to find a good partner at that point, which I don't know what that would be.
Oh, I found some really good ones. These ones hurt. Announce Gensel to the Rangers. Please get Gensel. Starting to believe. Get Gensel to MSG. Fuck.
Yeah, I wish I could find some of my older tweets.
Yeah, I found a couple Gensel ones. These are gonna be good. Roslovic scratched. Yup, the Rangers definitely didn't have to trade for Gensel. Currently has 20 points in 13 games for the Canes.
But who's higher in the standings?
Get over it. We would have been fleeced. He wouldn't have resigned, and there was no guarantee we would have won the cup. We went that route last year. How did that work out? We didn't need Kane. Didn't need Kane. We don't need Gensel. Why? Because we already have players like those two. Panarin, Laffy, Fox. We don't need another guy who needs the puck. It's playoffs, not an all-star game.
Meanwhile, first on VC. Okay.
Rangers tried to get Gensel. They weren't just giving up Gabe Perreault for him, so it didn't happen. Not worth what we'd have to give up. As I said previously, the Canes haven't won anything yet. What's your infatuation with Gensel? Carolina pays such a steep price. No, thank you. What's my infatuation with Gensel? Oh, let's see. The fact that the guy constantly puts up points in the playoffs was one of the main, or not the main reason, but one of their better forwards in their 2017 Cup run.
He's an elite player.
Destroyed the Rangers in the first round in 2022. Put up like 7 goals in that first round, but hey. Had to trade Kakko to get Gensel, which would have opened up another hole. Plus, no guarantee that Gens carries this play over to the playoffs. Yes, the guy who put up like 20-plus points in the 2017 playoffs and who scored 7 goals in the first round 2022. Yeah, that play definitely wouldn't have carried over. Nah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
The Rangers have the best record in the league. Always something for people to whine about. You do realize they've been resting forwards, right? No, Roslovic just sucks. Yeah, they don't, because they're still winning every game. They've won more games recently than the Hurricanes do. For God's sake, stop it. Do you have any idea what the asking price was? What if they said Gabe Perreault or no deal? Do you do it? Just move on. Yeah, I would have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you trading for Gensel? Kakko, Hoffman, first round pick. Can you remind me which team has the most points in the NHL right now? You don't know what the Pens wanted from the Rangers for Gensel. Yeah, it would have been ironic if the Pens played the Canes in the first round. Oh my God, shut up. The trade deadline came and went. Get over with. Standings? Standings?
Standings?
You're one of those people who wanted to trade Igor because he was going through a rough patch. Sit this one out. No, I don't think I have to sit this one out. I think I was right. Dude, chill. That was never going to happen. Sure. Gensel wasn't worth the price they were asking. If you would have made that trade, then you're not too bright. Okay, buddy. Sure. You want to suck Gensel's breath? I mean, yeah, he's a great player. I mean, what can I say? The Rangers would have been playing lights out, and if I'm reading this correctly, you complain that Roslovic got sat for a game, and in a game that they won, being a Rangers fan, surely you understand that it's not always about the shiny new toy and the big name. No, I just want a guy who performs in the playoffs instead of a guy in Roslovic who sucks. And give up everyone? Give up everyone? I mean, if Kakko and Hoffman in a first-round pick is everyone, then... All right, then. They tried to trade for him, dummy. Pittsburgh, like Carolina's offer, better.
They tried. No. They tried.
They tried.
They tried.
Who cares if he has 50 points? They still haven't passed the Rangers. Did you see what Carolina gave up for a rental? Bunting is lighting it up in Pittsburgh, and they have good prospects from Carolina. Plus, they can re-sign Gensel after the season. The Canes have no money with all the UFAs. Yeah, then they couldn't afford to keep Gensel either. We are still first place in the league since trade deadline. Drury gonna work his magic and sign him in the offseason? No. 53 wins and 8-2 in their last 10. Sure. Let's see. This guy is great. If anyone knows this guy on Twitter, this guy's one of the biggest cocksuckers around. You're a whiny baby. Up, I am a whiny baby, definitely, because I want better for my team. Bro chose the wrong baseball team in New York and give up what genius? They didn't have to trade for Gensel, but they certainly could have done a little better than Roslovic. Well, I agree with half of your statement, and I disagree with half of it. Sweet, let's trade away all assets for a 20-game rental. Get the fuck out of here. You're happy that they didn't trade for Drake Gensel. Okay. Good, no trade. Team is amazing. Please let it go already. That's right, they didn't. This team is widening their lead on Carolina. There should be no complaints from any peanut gallery Ranger fans who micromanages while teams find incredible ways to win every night. It's what we had to give up for a rental player that's not worth it. No one disagrees that we would have preferred Gensel or Roslovic. The cost was simply too high. We're about to win the President's Trophy. Chill.
They won it. They won it. You can't argue with that.
The cost was Pittsburgh wasn't trading him in division for nothing. I mean, Gensel is a whiner. We are better than Carolina. We keep winning. Miss me with that weak stuff. We're in first place in the entire league. The New York Rangers are the first place team in the entire NHL. Do you hear yourself, you whiny little bum? I do hear myself. What's our record since the deadline? We didn't have to trade for Gensel and lose picks, plus 2 of off Mikako, Perot, or Cooley. We have a clear path to win the President's Trophy, and some of y'all are still negative. This fan base sucks so much sometimes. It's a dumb comment without context. Are you saying we would have traded Perot and Oppen for Gensel? Let's get him at all costs? Yeah, because maybe could have won the actual Stanley Cup if we did, but why do that?
I just went quote tweeting a couple of others while you're going through that. This is great. This is beautiful. You know, if there's one win out of this team being ass, it's that these people that try to tell me how stupid we are, they're the ones that look really fucking dumb right now. That's the only win out of all of this is, my God, these people look like such idiots.
Tried to warn them. Didn't want to listen.
Yeah, you gotta take the cup that requires 82 games over the 28 games any time of the year. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Listen, we have a banner up at MSG. Like, I don't know why we're complaining. Regular season champions. Like, we did it. Yeah, we gotta look up. That's right. Look up and you'll see the banner.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great?
There's a reason why that graphic exists. The President's Trophy will last a lifetime, Ray. I even got my shirt. My President's Trophy winning shirt. Did you guys go to the parade for the President's Trophy championship? Because if you didn't, you guys missed out. I mean, it was great. Champagne everywhere, confetti raining down from the skyscrapers. It was amazing. What's a better shirt? President's Trophy or no BS?
What shirt?
I don't know, Dave. That's a good one. It's just funny, like the Knicks don't put up a banner for winning an NBA Cup, but the Rangers win the President's Trophy and they put up a banner. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, Meek and Kreider hugged. I mean, it was all great. Yeah, Trocheck made steaks for everyone. Unfortunately, Miller, yeah, was not there yet
I
to cut it
wasn't.
with him.
No, it's a shame. It's really a shame because if they had Miller, yeah, they would have obviously beaten the Panthers.
Yeah, Truba brought the Superman dive into it. They also had the original letter printed out on a banner that was hanging from the boss saying, "Look at how good of a rebuild we did." Yeah, Trocheck was shirtless, running back and forth from the grill.
Trocheck gave me a a raw steak. I mean, Barkley Goodrow was there. The replays of him scoring in Game 2, where they were all over the place. It was amazing.
Yeah, Truba threw his helmet into the crowd. I mean, it was a great time.
And then how could we forget? They played the highlights of the Stadium Series game.
That they did. That they did.
The original letters preserved in D.C. next to the Constitution. It was fun to be at that game. Like, I won't lie about that. Standing in line for the bathroom wasn't fun, but you know, other than that, the game was cool. It was cool. 2 years. That's coming up. That's next month. That's 2 years. Jesus Christ.
And we got
Truba,
another letter since then. Oh,
Truba
fucking
dove
great.
into my DMs. Shook Goodrow's hand. What an honor. Strong, muscular hands that gentleman has. I mean, two cats. Did he tell you all about his intangibles and stuff? Because I mean, Goodrow has all the. I mean, that's why. Let's not forget. Forget about all the fake news that the reason Tampa won those two cups was because of Vasilevsky, Point, Hedman, Stamkos, Kucherov, Sorelli, Yanni Gord. No, it was Barclay Goodrow.
If
He was the
only
reason.
if only Andrew was a Ranger fan, so he could have baked the cake for the parade.
Blake. Blake Wheeler was actually on crutches. Well, actually, no, because he was actually healthy for when they won the thing. So
Yeah, he was in the lineup in the playoffs, but we didn't
yeah,
need Gensel.
And now Blake Wheeler's in the front office because nepotism. Lappy raised his softball MVP banner at the parade. He raised the first overall pick bust banner. That was at the parade too.
Yeah, I heard he was chucking ping pong balls into the crowd too. Everyone remembers.
Chucking ping pong balls.
He swung those ping pong balls like they were. Never mind. No.
trying to create a distraction.
He proved us wrong.
Lafreniere salad. Oh, I forgot about that fucking salad.
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah.
I broke Crosby's or Mooskie's record, therefore I'm going to be elite banner. Yeah, Rempe brought out the I scored the first goal of the playoffs banner. Remp sanity. Don't roll your eyes. Laffy Sal comes with a secret bus sauce. Was it possibly from Marcus? Was it from Marcus Semien?
I mean, if it's a semen shake, now we're talking. I mean, what a marketable team that we got in Queens. So we got Clifford the Big Red Dog. We got semen shakes, Boba Fett. I mean,
Fastball Freddy.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Mark Seaman Salmon. The Seaman Salmon.
Aim for the salmon.
Oh, only Mark Williams. Sir Marcus, of course.
I forgot about that shit. I don't even remember what stream that was on when he said that.
That had to be like 2024.
Enjoy semen shakes and go gambling after 12-2 loss. Yeah, I mean, no Grimace. That's the only loss in all this, but it's okay. You can have your semen shakes. No more polar burgers. I'm sorry to all the Cheeto Bear fans out there.
We also can't do inappropriate gestures anymore.
Yeah, no more inappropriate gestures at CBP. Like I said though, we got Boba Fett at least.
He's Clifford the Big Red Dog. I mean, that's so much more marketable than a Cheeto white polar bear
who murdered children.
Was that the meat locker mark? No, that was a different. I mean, there's so many Mark moments where it's like it's so hard to pinpoint.
Yeah, that wasn't a meat locker moment. That was.
I think that was a regular Big Apple hockey stream, though. I don't think we were on there.
No, I think I feel like we were. I could be wrong, but all I remember is him saying something about like how he was making a salmon, and instead of seasoning the salmon, he said semen the salmon. Which I don't know how you have that bad of a gaffe, but
Mark's gas plus Phil's meltdowns plus Anthony's pranks are what Big Apple hockey is so great.
all right. I think though we're gonna wrap this up here. I did not even realize how far in and how late this shit is ran for. But thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. It was definitely a an entertaining one, especially at the end here. Go gas up me dunking on people on my Twitter account since I reactivated my main for a bit. So go check that out. But yeah, thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.